All right, let's do this. Ready for a deep dive? This time we're all about gut health, but we're going like way deeper than just yogurt and kombucha, right? We were talking about using this fact sheet from the Better Health channel to cut through all the noise and get to what really matters. And just so everyone knows, it's an Australian resource, so some things might be a little different wherever you are. But the core stuff, that's pretty much universal. And one thing I got to say right off the bat is it's kind of funny. They don't actually like define gut health. I mean, everyone's talking about it, but no one seems to say exactly what it is.
Well, and that's part of what makes this whole thing so fascinating, right? Like gut health, it's not just digestion, it's this whole system that affects everything from like your immunity to, get this, your mental health.
Whoa, hold on. The gut affecting my mind? I mean, yeah, I've heard about the gut-brain connection, but how strong is that link, really?
It's more than just a feeling, I'll tell you that. Research has shown that imbalances in your gut bacteria, especially when there's not much diversity, can actually make anxiety and depression worse. It's like your gut is actually sending signals to your brain, and if those signals are messed up, your mood can totally tank.
So it's not just about like avoiding an upset stomach. It's about my mental well-being too. Okay, that's a game changer. But let's back up a sec. We're talking about this complex system. Remind me, what exactly is in this gut microbiome everyone keeps bringing up?
Okay, so picture this, like a bustling city, right? But instead of people, it's all these microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, fungi. They're all living it up in your large intestine. And the fact sheet actually says there are like 200 different species down there.
200 species? No way.
Yeah. And just like a city thrives on diversity, a diverse gut microbiome is like the key to good health.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture. But with so much going on down there, how could you even tell if things are like out of balance? I mean, aside from the obvious stomach stuff, are there other signs your gut might be in trouble?
Oh, absolutely. And it can be really sneaky. Like if you're always tired, having skin problems, or even getting sick a lot, that could be your gut trying to tell you something. For example, if you're constantly fighting off infections, it could mean your gut microbiome isn't making enough short-chain fatty acids. And those are like super important for your immune system.
Wait, so these tiny little organisms are actually producing compounds that affect my immune system? Okay, this is getting really interesting. So what are some of the things that mess with this whole delicate balance? I'm guessing it's got to be more than just eating a greasy burger, right?
You'd be surprised. Chronic stress, for one. That can actually make certain bacteria grow more, the kind that cause inflammation, and that can throw your whole gut ecosystem off. It's not just what you eat, it's how you live, you know?
So even if I'm eating all the right things, if I'm stressed out of my mind, my gut's going to know. Okay, that's both fascinating and kind of terrifying. But hey, like they say, knowledge is power, right? If we understand how it all works, we can actually do something about it.
Exactly. And that's where things get really exciting because we can actually talk about how to nourish this gut city and keep things running smoothly. So when it comes to gut health, food, like, totally plays a huge role, right? And it's not just about avoiding bad stuff. It's about like actively feeding the good guys. And that's where prebiotics come in.
Oh yeah, prebiotics. I've heard those are like superfoods for your gut. But what are they really? Are they just like another word for fiber?
Well, it's a bit more specific than that. Prebiotics are actually a type of fiber, but they basically act as food for the good bacteria in your gut, especially ones like bifidobacteria and lactobacilli. Think of them as like targeted nourishment for the VIPs in your gut city.
Bifidobacteria. Yeah, those ring a bell. Aren't those the bits you find in like yogurt and stuff?
Exactly, and they're like essential for a healthy gut. They help ferment fiber, which produces those short-chain fatty acids we talked about, the ones that boost your immune system and keep inflammation down.
So it's not just about getting enough fiber. It's about getting the right kind of fiber to feed those specific bacteria. Okay, I'm convinced. Where can I find these prebiotic powerhouses? Give me the grocery list.
Well, the fact sheet mentions some interesting ones like leeks, onions, garlic, even pistachios. But the real key is variety, honestly. Aim for at least 30 different plant-based foods per week.
30. Whoa, that's a lot. But I guess it makes sense, right? We're talking about a whole ecosystem here, not like a single crop. More colors on my plate, more happy gut bacteria. Makes sense. But hold on a sec. Prebiotics, those feed the bacteria that are already there. What about like adding more good bacteria through, things like probiotics? Those are the supplements, right?
Yeah, exactly. Probiotics basically introduce live bacteria into your gut. And while they're not some kind of miracle cure, they can definitely be helpful, like especially after you've taken antibiotics, which can kind of wipe out both the good and bad bacteria.
Right, right. That makes sense. It's like repopulating the gut city after a natural disaster or something. But with so many different probiotic supplements out there, how do you even know which one to choose? Is it like picking a multivitamin? Or is there more to it?
It's definitely more complicated than that. Different strains of probiotics have different benefits. So, like, some are really good for diarrhea, while others might be better for reducing bloating or even supporting your immune system. It really depends on, like, what you're trying to achieve?
So not all probiotics are created equal. Got it. This sounds like something you'd want to talk to a doctor or a dietitian about. They could probably help you figure out which strains would be best for you.
Oh, absolutely. They can look at your overall health, see if you have any other conditions, and then recommend like a personalized approach to probiotics. It's not a good idea to just self-prescribe, especially with so many different products out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not like popping an aspirin. There's a real science to it. Okay, so we've talked about what we eat, but the fact sheet also mentions lifestyle stuff. I'm guessing exercise is on that list?
Yep, it's definitely up there. And here's something cool. Exercise helps something called peristalsis, which is basically like these wave-like muscle contractions that move food through your digestive tract. So when you're moving your body, you're also helping things move along in your gut.
Okay, so exercise is like giving your gut a little workout too. I like that. But what about stress? We talked about how that can mess with your gut microbiome. But what can you actually do about it? Besides, quitting your job and living on a deserted island?
Huh. Well, a tropical getaway does sound nice, but there are definitely more practical things you can do, like mindfulness practices, things like meditation and yoga. Those have been shown to like lower stress hormones, which can help balance your gut microbiome.
Interesting. So calming your mind can actually calm your gut too. That's pretty amazing. What about sleep? We all know we need it, but how does it actually tie into gut health?
Sleep is super important for regulating your circadian rhythms, which affects pretty much everything from your hormones to how your gut moves. And studies have shown that not getting enough sleep can actually change the makeup of your gut microbiome, which can lead to like more inflammation and digestive problems.
Whoa. So even our gut bacteria have a sleep schedule? I'm learning so much today. It really shows you how connected everything is in your body. But I gotta admit, with all this talk about prebiotics, probiotics, and lifestyle changes, it's easy to get a little overwhelmed?
Oh, for sure. Gut health can seem really complicated, but it's important to remember it's not about being perfect, it's about progress.
Progress, not perfection. I like that. And that actually leads perfectly into something else I wanted to talk about. The fact sheet also warns about, like, falling for gut health myths and quick fixes, like all those detox teas and stuff, right?
Oh, totally. They promise to like magically cleanse your gut, but they often do more harm than good. Your gut, this complex ecosystem, not a drain pipe you got to flush out.
So no shortcuts to gut health nirvana, huh?
Nope, afraid not. It's about building consistent, sustainable habits, not like these extreme, crazy things.
Makes sense when you think about it. This isn't some quick fix. It's about, long-term well-being.
Right, and the fact sheet really emphasizes that. It basically says to be wary of miracle cures and fad diets, be a smart consumer, and remember that gut health is a journey, not a destination.
A journey, huh? Well, speaking of journeys, it's kind of crazy how much we're still learning about the gut microbiome. This fact sheet is great and all, but it feels like we're just scratching the surface.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The research is like exploding right now. We're finding all these new connections between the gut and different aspects of health. What we know today could be completely different tomorrow.
Which means it's even more important to stay curious, right? Keep learning and adapting as new information comes out.
Exactly. And to like be open to the idea that what works for one person might not work for another. Everyone's got their own unique gut microbiome. It's influenced by so many things from your genes to your environment.
So there's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's about finding what works best for your gut through making informed choices and a little bit of experimenting.
And where working with a healthcare professional can be super helpful. They can like guide you through all the complexities of gut health, help you personalize your approach, and separate fact from fiction.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of the gut microbiome to prebiotics, lifestyle factors, and even debunked some gut health myths. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, don't worry. It's a lot to take in, no pun intended.
Yeah, but the main takeaway here is that taking care of your gut, it's not just about avoiding like tummy troubles. It's about investing in your overall health and well-being. It's about understanding that your gut is connected to everything, your brain, your immune system, everything.
And that a holistic approach, focusing on nourishing your gut microbiome through diet, lifestyle, mindful choices, that can have a huge impact on your overall health.
Exactly. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making small, sustainable changes that can have a big impact on your gut and ultimately on your life.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into gut health, we want to leave you with a little challenge. Think about one small change you can make today to support your gut microbiome. Maybe it's adding some fermented foods to your meals, or trying a new prebiotic-rich recipe, or even just taking a few minutes to de-stress and breathe.
Every little step you take towards nourishing your gut is a step towards a healthier, happier you. And that's definitely something worth celebrating.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of gut health. We hope you learned something new, feel inspired, and are ready to start your own gut healthy journey.
Until next time, take care of those incredible microbes living inside you. They're doing way more than you think. 266A ban.